Alright, so what I wanted to do today was talk about a topic that was pretty big way back when Resident Evil 5 first came out, and something that could potentially be changed with a remake, if that is what Capcom are planning on doing and remaking 5 next. As you can probably tell by the title, it's about Jill and whether her role in the game will be cut completely, and this is not something that is just coming out of nowhere. This is something that has been spoken about way back when Resident Evil 5 first came out. RE5 itself is a very controversial entry in the series. People love it, people hate it, people think it's kind of fine. It's got a mix of opinions, but one thing that was very prominently spoken about at the time of launch is that it's good to see Jill in the game, but her role has no impact on the outcome of the game at all. So to briefly go over it, so her and Chris go to a mansion which they believe is where Oswald Spencer is. And when they go there, Wesker has killed him, they get into a fight, and Wesker almost kills Chris, and Jill sacrifices herself to save him, and is assumed dead because there's no body, and, you know, she did fall quite a way down, so it is kind of assumed that she's dead. And the kind of teaser trailers for RE5, especially the early ones, were teasing her death. Later down the line, we got this kind of reveal of a character with blonde hair that looked like Jill, and everyone was kind of like, okay, so Jill isn't dead, she's in it in some way. And when the game came out, there was this obviously mysterious hooded character that was helping Wesker and Irvin and all that, and it was pretty obvious, I think, for a lot of people playing through RE5 that that was going to be Jill, and when the reveal happens, it's not a big shock. But the point is, the character, well, her role, at least in the game, doesn't really make a difference to the whole story at all. And a lot of people at the time did kind of think that her kind of side story was kind of just shoehorned in and it was not necessary at all. And the question does remain, you know, like, will they keep that in, or will they change it, or, you know, will it be removed completely? Now, I'm a big fan of Jill as a character, and I want to see her in more games in the future, but I kind of agree that the storyline that they gave her in 5, it is fun in the moment, and it is cool to see, but it is completely unnecessary. And it is just there for, I guess at the time, fan service of having the original characters in the same game. But it still doesn't really need to be there. Now, do I want to see it cut? Probably not. I kind of want the 4 remake to follow the same vein as the 4 remake and keep it as close to the original as possible and add stuff rather than cut stuff out. I know that RE4 did get stuff cut out, but there's a lot more added than what there is cut out. So hopefully they keep that kind of idea in mind. With an RE5 remake, it is a big game, so I do expect things to be cut, but I don't really personally see it happening with Jill's storyline in the 5 remake. I think all this time later, people have come to enjoy that part of the game, and people like how Jill looks in the game, and think the arc is good for her, and with it being canon now, through the new animation that's coming out, as well as the Revelations games mentioning it, it would make more sense for it to stay in the game, rather than be removed completely. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Let me know your thoughts on the whole situation. Would you want to see that part of the game be cut out? Would you like it to be changed in some way? Or would you rather than keep it as close to the original game as possible? And that's not just for that whole Jill scene, that's for the whole game. You know, what do you want to see from an RE5 remake? Do let me know. But as always, guys, thank you all for watching. Remember to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe for more Resident Evil content if you are new. Thank you all for coming by, and I'll catch you in the next one.